With me, your man, Louie T. Welcome to Washington Football Overtime. Seahawks, Washington. Man, those boys gave it a run. I am proud of the fellas. No moral victories. I'm pissed that we didn't get the win. I'm going to say this first. I'm dying to get into the postseason. I want these bastards again at the crib. I just want them one more time. I know we can beat them. I know we can beat them. Mistakes killed us. 2 interceptions, a missed extra point that forced us to have to go for 2. And, I was upset about the extra point, but I was like, you know what? It's going to force us to go for the win. That's what I wanted to do. Now, obviously, the 2 sacks happened. Morgan Moses should have never come back into the game. He wasn't healthy, and we love his toughness. We love his ability to fight, and I'm glad he wanted to get back out there and fight with his brothers. He wasn't right. He wasn't right. He got dump trucked right into Dwayne's lap. I'd much rather, I know that David Sharp isn't great. I'd much rather have him out there. He's an able body. Let him be out there and protect. If he can't protect, then he shouldn't be on the team. But Morgan Moses was compromised. He shouldn't have been out there. That being said, took one on the chin. I'm dressed in all black like the Omen for the first time in over a month. It felt good to have this put deep into the closet, but it's back out. But I hope it's only for 1 week. These boys had every opportunity to quit. The offense looked stale and disgusting. And we were down 20-3, and the Seahawks were running all over us, and the defense looked like they were ready to throw in the white flag. And I told you, or the towel, wave the white flag, whatever the hell you want to say. All right? Whatever cliche you want to use, whatever idiom you want to throw out there. It looked like it was over. But I said this in the MOBB stand up, we in the building. I said, look, I don't think we're going to win this game, but I want to see fight. You got no reason to fight right now. You're down 20-3. You just got gashed for a 50-yard touchdown run. Dwayne in the offense is just as stale as it can be. You got nothing going for yourself. You got every right to quit in this game to go 30-6. Every right. I want to see fight. I want to see a team that will not quit. And even if we don't win this game, I want to see a team that I know is going to fight for 4 quarters no matter what. You know what I saw today? A team that's going to fight for 4 quarters no matter what. So if you don't think the culture has changed, if you don't think it's different this time around, I don't know what to tell you. Because even in a loss, I just said, I just watched the best team in this division. That's what I just said. How many quarterbacks are we going to go through and still fight and have chances to win? One more thing, and then we're going to get to these super chats. That was the Dwayne Haskins I was expecting to see when the season started in week 1. He used his legs to extend plays. He was able to move to his right and his left. He was able to throw on the run. He was throwing accurately from the pocket. We didn't see the overthrows, and we didn't see the 90-mile-an-hour fastballs when all you needed was a changeup. We didn't see any of that today. We saw a guy that looked cool, calm, and collected. Yeah, there were 2 interceptions. There were some mistakes in here. That's what young quarterbacks do. I don't care about the interceptions. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. I don't care about the interceptions as much as I do. I just need to see a competent quarterback. I saw a competent quarterback today. Where the hell has that been all season long? He didn't even look that good last week. Don't talk to me about a week of practice. He had weeks of practice when the season started. This was a really good showing by Dwayne. I don't want him to start the remainder of the season. But if Alex can't go, I feel confident that Dwayne is capable of winning football games for us. That's what this start did for me. It's not like, oh, shit, if Alex can't play, we're screwed. No, I feel really confident that if Alex can't go next week versus Carolina, that Dwayne can come out and get us a win. That's what this game did for me. I can't speak for you out there. You may still think Dwayne stinks. That's fine. I'm not saying that he's great all of a sudden. I'm just saying he looked competent. That's all I was looking for from him. I said, make the layups. They gave you layups. He took the layups. He made some tough throws too. Some throws that he would like back. Some throws he needs to be a little bit more accurate on. At the end of the day, I thought Dwayne was solid enough to give us a chance to win after the mistakes. The 2 interceptions hurt. The missed extra point hurt. And there's going to be a discussion about Dustin Hopkins, all of that good stuff. The field was slick. Guys were falling all over the place. A lot of excuses you can make. Bottom line is we didn't make enough plays to win. They did. We're now 6-8. Still got a chance to get to 500 on the season. And I'm looking at 8-8, and I'm saying, man, you look real doable right now. But you got to win one first. And Dallas is going to win today. The Eagles are playing the Cardinals right now. And tonight, the Giants will be playing Cleveland. This division is far from over. Far from over. The beauty of it is Dallas still has to play the Giants. You know, the Eagles still have to play Dallas again. So you're going to get some losses in the division. So everybody's not technically alive. They're going to eliminate each other. We just got to take care of business. We're in first place. If the Giants lose, we'll remain in first place. We don't need to worry about what anybody else is doing. We just need to take care of business. We win next week against Carolina, and you go to 7-8, and it's going to make it tough. Hell, you might eliminate 2 or 3 teams with that win next week. So we got to see what the damage is from an injury standpoint. A lot of guys left this game. We're starting to get really banged up at the wrong time of the season. Morgan Moses barely finished this game, so he's going to be on the injury report. We lost Sean Dion today, so we got to see what this thing looks like. You know, Terry finished, but he was banged up. JD finished, but he was banged up. So we got to see what the injury report looks like. But I digress. Let's get to these super chats. I don't want to miss any of them. Key Smith, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Key Smith writes, D-Hop put D-Hask in a bad situation. He did, but you got to be able to convert. We can't be 0 of 5 on 2-point conversions. Sorry. I mean, professional teams in this league go for 2 all the time and convert. Yeah, D-Hop has to make a kick. You know I'm a D-Hop apologist, so I'm not going to kill him. He needs to make the damn kick. However, if he misses the kick, guess what? Teams around the league go for 2 all the damn time. Why can't we convert a 2-point conversion? We're 0 of 5. It's 2020. Teams go for 2 when they don't need to go for 2 anymore. You got to be able to convert a 2-point conversion. Simple as that. Shouldn't come down to a matter of, he could have missed the next extra point. He could have made the first one and missed the second one. And it still could have been 20-16. You still would have been in a tough spot because at least he missed the one that lets you know you got to go for 2 the next time. He could have missed the second one and left you down by 4 and you'd have been screwed because at that point, you didn't have a chance to go for 2. At least you had a chance to go for 2 to cut it to 3 and we failed. Fix that. Stop missing 2-point conversions. You missed one early in the season that cost us a damn game. Got one here from Brandon Hayes. Thank you for the super chat, Brandon Hayes. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, bro, I really don't understand our O in the first half. We have plenty of options. Second half, really one option just pass. Look, you go with what's working. You know, I had no problems with the play calling. Dwayne threw it 55 times. That was not what we envisioned when we went into this game. It was not. However, it was working. Spread them out and find the open guy, whether it's Logan Thomas, whether it's J.D. McKissick, whether it's Cam Sims, find the open guy. He started to spray it around late in the game. I don't have a problem with what he did. Scott Turner, I'm talking about. Now, could he have run it on that final possession? Absolutely. They were primed. Spread them out, gun run. They were primed and ready to be picked off with a run. And he just got happy with the pass. But I've already explained to you guys. You guys seem to be hard of hearing when it comes to this. Scott Turner, at his core, wants to throw it. Most of these young, offensive-minded guys, at their core, want to throw the football. So if they get an opportunity to throw it, you saw when we got down in the red zone, I'm screaming in the MOBB, Barber, Barber, Barber. It's 1st and goal from the 3, and I'm screaming, Barber, Barber. It takes us till 3rd down for him to say, you know what? Maybe I should give Barber a run. You're damn right you should give Barber an opportunity. And what does he do? Runs it in. Why did we have to wait till 3rd down? Because he wants to throw the football. Joshua Farish, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you, Joshua, who writes, boy, I am no Haskins fan, but what a difference he made with running the ball instead of standing in the pocket like a statue. That's all I was asking him to do earlier in the season. Is if you're not going to run, if you're going to just stand back there like your feet are in cement, then you're not giving us a chance. In today's NFL, I don't care how old, how immobile you are, if you can't scramble for 4 yards on 3rd and 3, you cannot win in this league. All right, only the Tom Brady's and the Phillip Rivers of the world can get away with that nonsense because they're too old to change. But if you're coming up in today's NFL, I don't give a shit if you are a pure pocket passer or not. You better be able to dip your shoulder, elude a rusher, step up into the A-gap. If nothing's there, get 4 yards. You better be able to get outside, out-leverage that defensive end, and scramble for 5 yards on 3rd and 3. You better be able to do that. And he wasn't doing that earlier in the season, and he did it today. Look what a difference it made. It opens things up when you can run. You give yourself more opportunities to call plays. CMG or CGM, excuse me, 87. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. CGM 87 writes, Lou, you already know I'm raging my off bro Matski, my bro Matsko can get out with Scott. Moses is a bum. Don't know what people see in him. Look, I'm gonna stop you right there. You were ranting and raving about Masco early in the season. I think he's done a phenomenal job. We've went through 3 tackles this season. All right, 3 different tackles. 4 if you count David Sharp having to start at right tackle as well. We went through Jaron Christian, Cornelius Lucas, Morgan Moses started at the right side and then the left side, and then David Sharp. We've been through 4 different tackles. We've been through 3 different guard combinations with Wes Schweitzer, Wes Martin, and Brandon Sheriff. And even if you want to throw in, and even though it was only 2 plays, if you want to throw in Sadiq Charles, go right ahead. He's done a phenomenal job. I'm not going to sit here and allow you to slander Masco. And then I'm definitely, if you can slander Masco, I will not allow you to slander Morgan Moses. Right? And I will not stand for that. Should have ran once inside the 30. Now that I do agree with. I wouldn't have had. We had timeouts. We had time. You didn't have to throw it every single time. After the first down, where it was incomplete, I thought that was the perfect opportunity for a run. Instead, you take a sack on second down, brings up third down. You take another sack on third down. You could have run it on second down and 10. Thought that was the perfect opportunity to spread them out, gun run. And we had a gun run earlier in that, a couple of runs earlier in the drive that were very successful. Come back to it. You know, but Scott Turner, he just got into that mindset of, we got them. We got them on their heels. They can't stop our pass. Well, guess what? You also got to pass protect. And you know how to slow down a rush? Give him some runs to think about. So thought he dropped the ball there, but I will not allow you to come up here with the slander of Morgan Moses. It won't happen because he's having a Pro Bowl type season. Man went from right to left, back to right, and has been playing his ass off. Derek B, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Derek B writes, Dwayne with all the third down conversions. Yeah, man. I mean, at one point, I don't know what it ended up being. At one point, we were 9 of 14 on third downs. You know, and a lot of those failed conversions came in the first half. Like, he was outstanding in the second half. And again, it's the ability to use your legs. It's the ability to use your legs. It gives you an opportunity to call more plays. He ran for 2 third downs and first downs. Like, you have to be able to use your legs. And he did a good job of finding guys quickly. Get it to them. Get it to your playmakers. Let them make plays. Dwayne, I thought, did a really good job in that regard. Big Money Sonny, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Big Money Sonny writes, Lou, we got a run on. Hopkins has to go, and I'm not sold on this offense at all. Next time we face them, we'll get whooped. I would love to see these boys again. I would love to win the division, get the 4 seed. Love them to lose the division to the Rams and come. And they'll play the Rams next week, so we'll know pretty much what's going to happen there. I'd love them to get the 5th seed, and I'd love to see these bastards again at FedEx in January. I'd love to see it, as I know we can beat them. I know we can beat their ass. They got away today. They were thinking they're counting their blessings that they got away today. They should have lost this damn game. Let's see. Home Sports. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Home Sports writes, Hopkins got to go. Plus, no Alex, no win. Simple as that. I'm not gonna indulge the Hopkins got to go, but I'm not gonna tell you you're wrong. Like I said, I told you I can't keep defending him if you're missing kicks, but it's a miss here, it's a miss there. But now he's missed 8 kicks on the season. You know. And that's not 7 missed field goals. I don't know how many extra points he's missed. Maybe 2. I don't think he's missed any more than that. 2 or 3, maybe 3. I think it's 2. That's 9 missed kicks. That's too many missed kicks. So if they decided they want to go in a different direction, so be it. I don't think they're going to. It's this late in the season. You don't really want to make a change at kicker this late in the season when you're fighting for a playoff spot. You just hope that D-Hop gets his shit together. I still have confidence in him. I know he's a good kicker. He's going through a rough patch right now, but you know the missed kicks are killing you. And so you can't deny that. But are you going to bring in Kare Vedvik when you're in the middle of a playoff chase? And now, last time I saw Kare Vedvik, he was 0 of 3 in a game. So it's not like this guy is money. You're just going to bring in a new guy and he's just going to make kicks. Be careful what you wish for. You guys don't seem to understand that. You just think, oh, there's a great kicker sitting out on the streets right now that you just pick up. The reason that guy is not signed is because he's not good enough. So, you want D-Hop gone? Just be careful what you ask for. Brandon Hayes, double up, thank you for doubling up, Brandon Hayes. Greatly appreciate you. Brandon writes, seems our wide receivers don't know the route tree a lot of times. Wide receivers, same area a lot of times. Again, I don't know if it's a route tree issue, if it's a spacing issue, or it's a timing issue. There's a lot of things that go on with receivers and why they end up in the same spot. Could be that they're lining up wrong. So many different things could take place. It's hard for me to say, but we did see a lot of guys in the same area today. And again, it's not a surprise. Dwayne's playing, but again, we complained so much about spacing earlier in the season when Dwayne was in. We didn't complain about that as much. I think we did have some complaints when Kyle was in, but we didn't have any complaints about that when Alex was in. But I'm not just saying it's a Dwayne problem, but it is what it is. But sometimes it's on these receivers. Like I remember a play against Dallas where Dontrell Inman is running a curl, and he's supposed to sit down in the zone, and he doesn't sit down in the right spot, and then he has to move over. Alex has to pump fake to hit him. Like sometimes it's on these receivers too. Got another super chat here from Ain't No Half Stefan. Thank you for the super chat, Ain't No Half Stefan, who writes, they swaggered too much after this one. 29 and 33. If we do our part, we got payback coming in 3 weeks. Look, I know DJ Reed is 29. That's what you talking about. I want his ass bad because he's not trash, but you're not nice, bro. Some good throws would have had your ass today. You're not nice. But he was feeling himself after the pick, and they tried him in the end zone, and he broke that one up. He was smelling himself. I'd love to get another shot at his ass. Love to. Got another super chat here from Big Money Sonny. Double up. Thank you for doubling up, Big Money Sonny. Greatly appreciate you, Big Money Sonny. Writes, our quarterback situation is trash. Basura, garbanzo beans, garbola juice. Look, man. You got to roll with what you got. And it ain't nothing you can do about it now. I love the fact that we're fighting and we're 6-8 after being 2-7 with 3 different quarterbacks taking snaps. Who else is doing that? All right. So we went out and we fought with Dwayne Haskins, who was the 3rd string quarterback just 3 weeks ago, or a month and a half ago, I should say. So I love it. We fighting out here, man. Derek B, double up, thank you for doubling up, Derek B. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, Dwayne had 23 of 379 yards of offense, no run game. Some of that is on the play caller, and then you got to give Seattle some credit too. But a lot of that is on Scott Turner for not making a more concerted effort to run it. But you get down 20-3. I'm not saying it takes the run game completely out, but I mean, let's be honest. We were down 20-3 going into the 4th quarter. All right. We didn't score until like the second play of this 4th quarter. I mean, you can't rely on a run at that point. So Dwayne with his legs was massive. Dwayne with his arm did some good things. He also hurt us with the 2 interceptions. But all in all, I thought it was a really solid day from Dwayne. Fat American, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Fat American writes, hate to be that guy, but the refs this game trash. They benefited us. The refs giveth, they taketh away. I hated that holding call on the last play. What if Dwayne would have completed that? Isaiah Wright was right there posted up in front of a defender. What if he comes down with that? You're telling me you're going to negate that play due to a phantom holding call? Seriously? That's what we're doing? But can I complain? On a 3rd and 7, we complete a 5-yard slant to Terry and they give us a gift? I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining at all. Let's see. Thank you for that super chat and doubling up. Double up. CGM 87. Got another one here from Derek B. Thank you for tripling up, Derek B. Greatly appreciate you. Derek B. writes, we can make the playoffs with Dwayne's play today. We can. We can also make the playoffs with Alex Smith if he comes back healthy. Either one of these guys is good enough to get us where we want to go with the way our defense is capable of playing. That's what this game did for me. If nothing else, I walked away from this game saying, if Dwayne has to play, I still feel good about this team making it to the postseason. If Alex is healthy, that's the guy that I want in there. I will say this. I feel more Like, this offense has a chance to be more explosive and dynamic with Dwayne in, but you also have a higher propensity for turnovers and mistakes with Dwayne in the game as well. You know, Alex has a better feel of the pocket when the rush is coming. Like, I can't remember Alex getting hit and fumbling once this season. Dwayne, every game he fumbles at least once. Every single game he fumbles once in the pocket because he doesn't feel the rush and doesn't step up and avoid a hit. It's quick pressure, but you got to understand where it's coming from. You got to feel it. And like I said, Dwayne has a problem with that. He's fumbled in every game he's played in this season. Every single one. I don't know if he fumbled in the Ravens game or not. Can't quite remember. But I know he fumbled in the first 3 weeks, and I know he fumbled again today. So, and he fumbled last week. I think he fumbled against I don't know if he fumbled against the 49ers or not. I don't think he did, actually. But every start that he's had, I'll just say that. He's fumbled except for, I think, the Ravens game, if I'm not mistaken. CGM87, thank you for tripling up. Greatly appreciate you, CGM87, who writes, by the way, what the hell, Scott takes 3 quarters to wake up. Now, that I can't explain. Look, we moved the ball a couple of times. Like, I know there's this narrative that Scott took 3 quarters to wake up. Well, we moved the ball twice and Dwayne threw interceptions. Like, 2 drives that ended in Seattle Seahawks territory because Dwayne made ill-advised decisions. So you can't, like, one of those interceptions at the 3-yard line. That pick was had at the 3. Like, Scott Turner did some good things in this game. I mean, the immediate default de facto blame can't go straight to Scott Turner. You guys have to stop doing that. You have to stop doing that. Every time something doesn't work, well, Scott Turner's terrible. You have to stop doing that. Extra squad. We need to cut Hopkins. I'm sick of this bum. Costed us 2 to 3 games single-handedly. At least sign a kicker to put pressure. We already got a kicker. We got Kare Vedvik. He's been on the roster the entire season, essentially. I don't think they're going to make a move. They know that D-Hop is capable. He's missing kicks. I cannot deny that. And if they decided to go in a different direction, I would not be upset. But I am not going to sit here and advocate for a new kicker. I'm not. But I understand those of you who do want a new kicker. I totally get it. You're within your reason to ask for it because he's missed a ton of kicks. There's no denying that. There's no denying that. But I'm not advocating for it. Not this late in the season. If you were going to make a change, it needed to come sooner. You're in a tight playoff race, and you're saying, well, shit, D-Hop is missing. He's not missing every kick, though. He's not missing every kick. He's missing kicks, but he's not missing every kick. You bring the next guy in, he might miss every kick. You don't know what he's going to do. Rob Yu, thank you for the super chat. Rob Yu, greatly appreciate you. Rob Yu, who writes, Lou, the first 2.5 quarters of football, I said, I hope this is the last we see of Haskins here. The last 1.5 quarter, I was saying he has something has finally clicked. The decision on him will be interesting. It will. Again, I need to see more. I'm not sold. You know, this is a very small sample size. Like, stop teasing me at the end of seasons. Stop. Don't do this to me. Don't try to show me just enough to make me want to hold on to you for a whole nother year just for you to come out and do the shit you did to start the season off. Like, I need this to be consistent, Dwayne. If he can play like this, I'm fine with him starting. Fine. This wasn't the same guy we saw the first 4 weeks. And you cannot deny that. This is not the same guy. This is the guy we saw to finish up the season last year. That's the guy we thought we were getting to start the season this year. We didn't get him until week 15. Joshua Farish, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you, Joshua Farish. Hold tight. Get to that. Let's see. Here we go. Joshua writes, shout out to your man Steven Sims for finally catching an important pass. I told you, Steven Sims was in his head. We know the guy can play. Like, I'm not down on Steven Sims. I just catch the ball. It's really simple. Just catch the ball. Big Money Sonny, thank you for tripling up. Greatly appreciate you. Big Money Sonny writes, Haskins is cheeks. I'm not going to disagree with you. Not after one game in which he threw 2 interceptions, but that was much more encouraging than what we've seen at any point from him this season. I can assure you of that. Lorenzo Simpson, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Lorenzo writes, I want to see Dwayne next week after this performance. This could be the breakout we've been waiting for. They got a decision to make. I'm telling you, the decision is not hard. If Alex is healthy, they're going back to Alex, and I don't have a problem with that. I don't. If Alex is good, if the calf responds, he gets through a week of practice, they're going to throw Alex out there. And again, I don't have a problem with that. If Alex is at any point this week compromised, you give Dwayne all the reps and you go with Dwayne again. So we'll see what happens. What you can't afford to do is turn it over against Carolina next week. We're good enough to beat Carolina if we just play clean football. I told you in the lead up to this game, we're good enough to beat Seattle if we don't turn it over. Well, we turned it over twice. I said we just needed one turnover. Did we get a turnover? Yes, but we couldn't turn it over twice. We couldn't turn it over at all is what I said. I said I just need one turnover. I told you against the 49ers I needed 2. We got 3. The week before I told you we just need one turnover against Pittsburgh. You got to stay clean, though. You got to stay clean. We didn't stay clean. We got the one turnover we needed. It was a massive turnover, but you turned it over twice. Backbreaker. Rob U, thank you for doubling up. Double up. Thank you for doubling up, Rob U. Greatly appreciate you. Rob U writes, Lou, love the fight. This team really needs Antonio Gibson back. I think he'll be back next week. I'm encouraged by what I saw from him at practice this past week. So I'm assuming he'll be back next week. And yes, we could definitely use, because, I mean, when Peyton Barber dropped that pass, the first thing that entered my mind wasn't, why isn't JD in? JD needs a break too. The first thing that entered my mind is, damn, that formation doesn't look the same, with Peyton Barber in as it would with Antonio Gibson. Gibson changes this offense drastically. I feel like, without a doubt, if he plays next week, that's going to be a big boost. Just like I think they're going to get Christian McCaffrey back next week. So it's not going to be easy by any stretch of the imagination. We got all week to talk about that game, though. But I love the fight of this team as well. Takui L, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Take that. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Take that. Who writes, Lockett and Metcalf were non-factors. I'm very impressed with the DBs. Lockett was good early, but didn't really hear much from him after, the mid portion of the second quarter. Metcalf started to make some noise, in the second half briefly, but like you said, they didn't make big plays. Nobody really hurt us. They hurt us on the ground. Russell didn't have an impressive day throwing the football. It was really the run game that carried them. You don't give up that big 50-yard touchdown. I don't know if they score a touchdown on that drive. They might get a field goal. Who knows what happens? That's why you got to make them earn it. We can't give up the big plays because you got to make them earn it. Just like the interception drive, they were right around the same portion of the field when we got the interception. You got to make them earn it. And that 50-yard touchdown, Jimmy slipping and Darby missing the tackle, that's big. You can't let them score from that far out. That's been our Achilles heel all year long. The defense giving up big plays. They did it again. Brandon Hayes, thank you for doubling up. Double up. Might even be triple at this point. Appreciate you, Brandon Hayes, who writes, you think Alex would have won us this game? Hard to say. I don't know if Alex would have been as good in those scramble situations. We haven't seen Alex really have confidence to run it. We've seen him extend plays, but not really to run and pick up yards like Dwayne did today. But it's hard to say. What Alex are you getting? Are you getting the Alex from the Pittsburgh game, that didn't turn it over, that was, risk adverse? Or are you getting the Alex that looked lost and didn't see the field well and turned it over against San Francisco? Just depends on which one you're getting. If you're getting the normal Alex, the Dallas Alex, the Alex from the Steelers game, the Alex from Cincinnati game, yeah, we win this game. Yeah, I think we win this game. Because he's not going to turn it over. And you're going to move the football. And Alex could have, went 38 of 55 for 290 or whatever it was. Alex could have done that. He's done it before this season. I don't know if he runs, though. That's the only thing that I'm like, I don't know if he extends some plays. He might have taken some sacks that Dwayne didn't take. Who knows? Takui L, thank you for the super chat and doubling up. Double up. Takui writes, forget you, LT is a number one tight end respectfully, LOL. Keep up the work, my G. Look, I love Logan Thomas just like the next man. I think that Logan lacks the ability to, to separate from man-to-man coverage consistently. But he's playing like a number one tight end. I don't think he is truly a number one tight end. I think they view him as such, though. So I don't think they're going to be as aggressive as a lot of us would like them to be at the tight end position. If they added another quality tight end and they said Logan's your number one and they added a quality number two, I wouldn't be upset about that. I'd prefer them to add a true threat, a vertical threat, a guy that can stretch the football field vertically to go along with Logan, because that's not what Logan does. But if they said, hey, Logan's your number one, we're going to add in a quality number two tight end, I wouldn't have a problem with that. We don't have anybody at tight end other than Logan, and that's the problem right now. My man Zoe, Lorenzo Simpson, thank you for doubling up. Thank you for doubling up, Zoe, who writes, give me that kid destroying videos at kicker. Nah. No. I'm good. I'm going to pass on that, though. Appreciate it. Brendan McCloskey says, tough loss, but love the fight from our boys. Thank you for that super chat, Brendan McCloskey, and I couldn't agree with you more. And I was saying it in the MOBB when we were down 20-3, and it looked hopeless, and everybody in the MOBB was throwing up the white flag, and they were throwing in the towel, and they were quitting. I was like, look, I think this game is over, but I don't want to see these guys fight. And I want to keep fighting, and I want to make this a game, and I want the Seahawks to sweat. I don't want them to think, oh, yeah, if we got to come back here, we know we can do these boys. I want them to know, man, we barely got out of there with a dub. I'd hate to have to go back there. They might get us the next time. And that's what we did. We fought. That's what I wanted to see from the fellas. And it's a different team. It's just a different team. I know these guys are going to fight. I said it before the season started that I wanted to see that from a Rivera coach team, that these guys are going to fight every week. And I told you after the Arizona game, I vividly remember telling you, we were down 20-0 at halftime of that Arizona game. And I said, one thing I'm going to tell you right now that I know that's going to happen with this team, with Rivera as head coach. And we may question, and at the time we were questioning his late game strategy. He wasn't calling timeouts at the end of games. He was waving a white flag and what may have you. I said, one thing I'm not going to question is the heart of this team and their ability to fight under Ron Rivera after that Arizona game where we should have gotten blown out 37-3. And we ended up fighting and getting that thing within a score at 23-15 before losing 30-15. I said, these boys going to fight. And you've seen it all season long. Rob, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. Thank you for doubling up, Rob, who writes, this O-line is very underrated. They are very solid, not great. The only pressing need I feel is upgrade at left tackle. The offensive line is fine. Everybody wanted to kill them early in the season. It's amazing. And I don't want to put this on Dwayne, but it's amazing. We only have offensive line discussions when Dwayne's in the lineup. When's the last time you guys came up here after a game and wanted to talk to me about O-line play? Even with all the musical chairs and shuffling we've been doing along the offensive line, I haven't heard a peep. After the Dallas game, after the Cincinnati game, after the second Giants game, after the game last week, or after the Steelers game, I haven't heard anybody mention O-line play. And the O-line, how many times did Dwayne have 100 years back there? On the interception he threw to DJ Reed, how long did he count how many seconds Dwayne had back there and see where the closest defender was? He had time all day today. Morgan got hurt, and that's when the pressure started. Once he left the game, David Sharp came in, immediately gave up pressure. Morgan came back in the game, and they got a sack. The only sack that was probably legitimately a sack that might have been on Dwayne was the sack around the left edge where Dwayne steps up. And I thought he could have got through that hole and ran. And somehow he ends up on the ground. Thought he needed to get through there like Russ got through there early in the game and found a way to run for a first down. But he fell down, and that ended up bringing up third and like 15. Dr. Dustin B, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Dr. Dustin B writes, next week must win. Team has heart, culture changing. I agree. If we don't win next week, we don't want to win the division. Simple as that. You don't win next week, you don't want to win this division. Team that has lost 11 straight games this season, you got to find a way to win. Simple as that. Martin Matthews, my man Double M, thank you for the super chat. Martin writes, hey Lou, crappy first half, decent second half. We need another running back. We need Antonio Gibson to get healthy, and I think help's on the way, I think, next week. You know, I was really encouraged by what I saw from him at practice with those drills. He wasn't quite there this week. Another week of treatment and him getting out there. I think we might have our bell cow back next week. We'll see. You know, hard to say right now. Jarrett Fromm, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Jarrett Fromm writes, Lou, I'm getting really tired of this first quarter offense. We are the only team in the league without any points on the first drive. So maddening. It is. You know, you get these opportunities and you'd like to score in the first quarter. You'd like to be more aggressive in the first quarter. You'd like to see this team perform better in the first quarter. But for whatever reason, on that opening drive and, you know, the first quarter in particular, we're just not sharp offensively. For whatever reason, I don't have, just like I can't explain to you why we play so much better in the second half. Don't talk to me about adjustments. There are only so many adjustments you can make. I just don't have an explanation for you. I don't know why we start slow. I don't know why we finish so strongly in games. But the Seahawks were up 20-3 in the fourth quarter. They were up 13-3 at halftime, and they didn't score another point after the opening touchdown in the second half. They didn't score another point. I can't explain to you why it is we do what we do, but that's what we are right now. And we've embraced it. It's not ideal. It's not what you want, but we've embraced it. You know, like people in the MOBB were saying, hey, look, and I said this, we survived the first half. You're down 10. I would prefer to be down 9-3 instead of 13-3. Hate that we gave up that touchdown on third down and, goal or whatever it was, 3rd and 7 or whatever it was. But we did. I would have liked it to have been 3 instead of 9 or 9 instead of 15 or 13 at halftime. But it is what it is. People in the MOBB were saying, all right, we're a second half team. You give up the touchdown and everybody was ready to quit. And I'm like, look, I just want to fight. And they fought. J Mart, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. J Mart writes, all caps, by the way, not feeling good about the playoffs right now. Teams in the division are heating up and our injuries are piling up. Not feeling good with our depth. Respect. First of all, I'm not afraid of anybody in our division coming back and taking what's ours. Philadelphia is the only team. If they win at Arizona, they're the one team because they play us in week 17 that could come back with that tie, could come back and get us. The Giants, obviously, if they win tonight, huge win. They have, control over the division at that point. All they got to do is win out. I just don't see the Giants navigating the Ravens and, the rest of their schedule. I don't see the Eagles being as good as everybody thinks. If Arizona takes care of business today, I'm confident that we got what we need. Dallas is not going to do anything because they still got 2 NFC East games. Somebody's getting eliminated just off of the strength of Dallas having to play. Either Dallas is out, or they're going to beat Philadelphia, or they're going to beat the Giants, and they're going to eliminate one of those teams. So it's still going to be a process of elimination. We just got to win. That's all it really boils down to. Whatever everybody else does, you can't control that. All you can control is what we do. We win next week, you're going to start eliminating teams. You get to 7. Before week 17, you're going to eliminate some teams. You're going to eliminate, if Philadelphia loses today and we win next week, Philadelphia is eliminated. If the Giants lose today and we win next week and they lose to the Ravens next week, we win the division. Simple as that. Simple as that. So we're in a situation where if the Giants lose tonight and the Eagles lose this week or next week and we win next week, with 1 game left, up 2 games on everybody in the division, it's a wrap. And we own the tiebreaker against Dallas. So they have to finish better than us. So no matter what they do, if we win next week, if Dallas wins out, they'll finish tied at 7-9 if we don't win in week 17 against the Eagles. It wouldn't matter because we own the tiebreaker. So all we have to do is win. I don't know what everybody else is going to do. The Giants could pull another upset tonight. The Eagles could go on the road and beat the Cardinals. And guess what? If that happens, so be it. We win next week. We put everything that we want right in front of us going into week 17. And that's all we need to be focused on. Zachary Minor, thank you for the super chat. Zachary Minor, greatly appreciate you, who writes, I think Haskins is more mobile than Alex right now. Haskins give us the best chance if he cuts out the turnovers. And that you're asking a lot. If he can cut out the turnovers. If my head was turned backwards, I could see facing the opposite direction. There's a lot of things. If is the biggest 2-letter word a wise man once told me. If is the biggest 2-letter word in the dictionary. If. Yeah, he's way more mobile than Dwayne Alex at this point. If he's going to continue to run, are we certain that he's going to continue to run, or is this a 1 week aberration? We don't know. That's what I'm talking about with Dwayne. Is it's a small sample size. I'm not willing to jump off the cliff and just ignore everything I've seen from him this year and say, hey, this is it. I can ride with this guy. Nah, I need to see this more. Are we going to see it more? If Alex is healthy, I speculate not. And I'm okay with that, because at this point, I'm not looking to develop anybody. You had a chance to do that. You didn't take advantage. I'm looking to win. I'm looking to win this division. And if Alex gives us the best chance, if they think that Alex gives us the best chance to do that, I'm all for it. If they think Dwayne gives us the best chance to do that, then let's ride with him and let's saddle up and go get us a division. I don't really give a shit who's under center at this point. I'm trying to win. Winning has always been the goal. I've told you that from day one, and I don't care who it is under center. If they say that's who gives us the best chance, I'm riding with it. I'm going to put my seatbelt on. Let's go get the dub. Dustin B, thank you for the super chat and doubling up. Double up. Thank you for doubling up, Dustin B. Greatly appreciate you. Dustin B writes, Reed/Vilma/refs equal trash. Vilma was killing me. Vilma, he's trying, man. He's trying. I actually like Jonathan Vilma. I just don't like him doing NFL games. I think he's more comfortable doing college football, personally. He knows the game. But a lot of the things he says, you can tell he's not dialed in. He's not tuned in. He's not tuned in to, the fan base. He's not tuned into what's been going on all season with that team. And sometimes he's not even dialed into what's going on in the game. Like, he applauded Dwayne for a pass that was inbounds to Logan Thomas that forced us to use our last timeout. And he's talking about great throw because he didn't throw an interception. No, that's not a great throw. A better throw would have been to throw the shit away and keep your damn timeout in your back pocket so you can use the entire field. What are you talking about? So Vilma it was a rough go for it, go of it for Vilma today, but he's still learning, man. I think this is only his second year doing it, so it is what it is. Anyhow, got another super chat. This one is from Enigma RJ. Thank you for the super chat, Enigma RJ, who writes, "Sup, Lou? I think one more year for Dwayne under Ron and he would be fine. Plus, love how fun it'd be in the mob chat. It was a blast today because you should have seen the range of emotions from, this game's over to, and I just people were telling me, you're so optimistic, because I was like, man, I know it's ugly. I want to see fight. I don't know where this is going to go. I just want to see fight. And the fellas was like, hey, I'm with you, bro. Let's go fight. And, I said, we in here. We in this. Let's do it. And it was good to see the fellas fight and respond. So, one more year for Dwayne. We'll see. It honestly boils down to how the staff feels about him. Here we were thinking that the staff couldn't stand him and that he'd never see the field again and that it was a foregone conclusion that he'd be traded. We made the same mistake with Alex. It's foregone conclusion. Alex is gone. He can't play anymore. Look what Alex has done this year. I kind of feel the same way about Dwayne. We thought it was a foregone conclusion. After the season's gone, we're going to try to trade him, get rid of him, and we just assumed we're going to draft a quarterback. Well, not so fast. How do they really feel about Dwayne? I don't think they hate Dwayne. I thought that they couldn't stand him earlier this season. His handlers and his people were spouting off, talking about Dwayne needing a fresh start. And I thought that, Dwayne was going to be out of here. And I thought the staff, the whole incident with Dwayne and the hotel and all of the shit that was happening, I was like, yes, it's over. Maybe it's not over. Maybe he is going to be here next year. And maybe we will have a quarterback competition next year. I don't know. It's hard to say. Again, small sample size. I don't want to get ahead of ourselves. I'm talking about this year. Forget about next year's. Forget about the offseason. How about right now? Trying to win games now. Thank you for the super chat, RJ, Enigma RJ. Mo Beans, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you, Mo Beans, who writes, why did Scott Turner have Haskins dropping with 1:15 left when all we needed was a first down at the 30? Again, I thought after the first down play was incomplete and brought up 2nd and 10, I thought that was the time to spread out the Seahawks and get a gun run to McKissick. But you know how Scott Turner is? When he gets fixated on the pass, he wants to go empty and spread you out. And Haskins was having some success with it, and he got into a rhythm calling plays, and he thought, okay, we just going to keep attacking their secondary because I don't think they can cover our guys. Well, how about you give them something to think about with a run, you know? Spread them out and gun run. That's what I wanted, and we didn't get it. So it is what it is. I'm with you. With 2nd and 10, you got 2 timeouts. You got plenty of time. Gun run. Time was not a factor. With 2 timeouts, time wasn't an issue. You know, either you win the game here or you don't. But I don't know. It's frustrating that we didn't get it done. Had an opportunity. Joseph's book reviews. Thank you for the super chat. Joseph's book review, who writes, Gibson is sorely missed. Mobile quarterbacks, our weakness. Yeah, that Russell Wilson run, that was really the big play of the first half, man. That one was a killer. I mean, up until that point, we had really done a really good job of limiting Seattle. It was 6-0. Like, we were right there. That 38-yard run, backbreaker. At that point, you could see the life kind of just come out of the defense for a brief second. And even then, we still got him the third down with a chance to get off the field, and he drills it in there to Hollister for the touchdown. I mean, what are you going to do? Jeffrey Worrell, thank you for the super chat. Jeffrey Worrell writes, Lou, you were right on the halftime score, 13-3. We showed some heart today. We've definitely got to draft a quarterback. Haskins is not it. Again, I don't necessarily disagree with that. But after today, I will say I'm intrigued. But this performance wasn't enough for me to say if we're in a position to draft a guy that you don't take him. That's definitely where I'm at with it right now. But as far as Dwayne's performance is concerned, it's reason to be intrigued at minimum. I'm not telling you to do a total 180 on Dwayne and feel like, oh, this is the guy now. But it's enough to make you say, And that's it. Now, if you still say, nope, I'm not sold, I don't have a problem with that. Not at all. Joshua Farish, thank you for doubling up. Double up. Thank you for doubling up, Joshua Farish, who writes, feel like our linebackers are decimated with injuries. Yeah, I can't tell you how bad it could be next week if there's no Cole Holcomb. That is the biggest injury we have right now. Obviously, Morgan Moses, you hold your breath with that one. Don't really know the severity of it, but he's been battling all year. He was struggling with a groin. I think it was a knee today. If we can't get Cole back, and I actually thought Khaleke Hudson had a strong game. Really thought the youngin stepped in and gave us something today. But if we don't have, and I don't think KPL is coming back until if we made the playoffs. With that ankle, we'd be lucky to get him back week 17 versus Philly at the earliest. But we got to make the playoffs for KPL to be back in the mix. But Cole Holcomb's concussion, massive. If we can get him back next week, that is huge. If we can't get him back, we're in trouble. Point blank. I saw Jarrett Norris, our special teams ace linebacker, on the field. That's when you know you're in trouble. When old Jarrett Norris is getting reps and snaps. When old Thomas Davis is out there on 3rd and 5 and he's in zone coverage in front of DK Metcalf, you know you're in trouble. Oh, man. Martin Matthews, thank you for doubling up. Double M. Double up. Thank you for doubling up, Double M, who writes, hey, Louie, if we see them again, whether Alex or Haskins is at quarterback and we have everyone healthy, we guarantee to win? Nah, I didn't say that. That's not what I said. I just said I think we could take them. I like my chances. I like the matchup. I was nervous about certain matchups within the game. I will go out on a limb and say if we play them again, we won't give up 200 yards of rushing offense again. Now, maybe that will lead to more opportunities for Russell Wilson to throw the football, and maybe he's a lot more effective than he was today. But we're not giving up a 50-yard touchdown run to Carlos Hyde and a 38-yard run to Russell Wilson the next time we see him. I just don't see those things happening. So I'm not guaranteeing a win if we see them again and we're a lot healthier than we are right now. But I think we could beat them. I do, personally. Jay Hunter Lee, thank you for the super chat. Jay Hunter Lee, greatly appreciate you. Who writes, first half playing not to lose, second half playing to win. Not a good combination. I thought we were a little lackadaisical in the first half from the standpoint of our run fits. You know, I thought they were really hitting some holes, and I thought the tackling was poor in the first half too. You know, how many times did we see Chris Carson lower the shoulder on that first defender coming down to hit him, and he bounced right off of that guy and get an additional 2 or 3 yards and move the sticks. I didn't necessarily love our tackling early in the game from a defensive standpoint. I knew the offense was going to struggle in the first half, so that wasn't a big concern. I told you we were going to win. We had to hold Seattle to 20 or less. What did we do? We held them to 20 points. The defense did what they needed to do. It wasn't pretty, but it was gritty, and it was good enough to get us a dub, and we didn't do our part offensively. The turnovers hurt, and you get down there, 1st and 10 from 30, 2 timeouts, and you go backwards. You can't do that. Metaphor, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Metaphor, who writes, felt lost before half, but the fight showed with the field goal. Then the hope as long as the D started to stand up with us in the mob. Then had hope as long as the D started to stand up. And I told you, I was going to continue to encourage. I was telling the boys, hey, we here, man. We here, fellas. Let's put our foot down and say no more. Draw a line in the sand. Y'all got 20. We can't. If y'all score any more than 20, we lose. We drawing a line in the sand right now, and we saying y'all done scoring for the day. I don't know if our offense is going to figure it out. I don't know if special teams is going to chip in, but y'all done. Put a wrap on it. Put a cap on it. Y'all are done scoring for the day. The defense did their part. Unfortunately, special teams and the offense couldn't finish the job. Atypical brother, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Atypical brother writes, what up, Lou? Man, we could have won this game. We truly beat ourselves. Sure. Hypothetical, how do you feel about giving 2 first-rounders for Deshaun Watson? Again, somebody has already thrown, a Deshaun Watson scenario. The Texans you could offer up 5 first-round picks. They're not giving you Deshaun Watson. They're not trading a guy that they think they can win a Super Bowl with. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. You could offer up 5 first-round picks, and the Texans would say, get off of my phone now. So 2 first-round picks isn't going to get it done, okay? Deshaun Watson is one of the best. If the Texans were actually good, Deshaun Watson's name would be popping up in MVP conversations. You're not getting him. So I can't even entertain your hypothetical. And I know it's a hypothetical, which is the point. I can't even entertain it because it's not even close to reality. But yes, we would obviously do 2 first-rounders for Deshaun Watson, to answer your question. Carlton Pagano Jackson, thank you for the super chat. CPJ, greatly appreciate you, who writes, good fight until the end. I'm loving the heart. On to the next. D-Hop, though, I'll leave that there. Hashtag Mob Squad. I mean, that is a perfect way to pretty much say it with D-Hop. I'm going to just leave that right there. I'm going to leave it in the hands of the staff. They do with it what they must. If they decide to move on, cool. If they don't, I get it. I know what their thought process is. I'm right there with them. But he's hurting us. He's hurting us. I can assure you that. He's hurting us. Atypical brother. Double up. Thank you for doubling up. Atypical brother, who writes, 8-8. We're finishing 500, which is not bad for us. First of all, I think most of us would have signed up for 8-8 before the season started. I was talking 6-10. I think I upped my finish to 7-9 right before the season started. So my final prediction for the team was 7-9. I didn't think we would get anywhere close to that when we were 2-7 after we lost Kyle Allen for the season. And here we are with a chance to go 500. Who would have thought that anybody in the NFC East would have had a chance to go 500 on the season? And here we are with a chance to do it. So I like our chances to finish up the season at 8-8. I really do. I think we can win the next 2, get to 500, and that would put you in a position where you've won 6 out of your final 7 this season. I mean, who wants any part of us if we go into the playoffs winners of 6 out of our final 7? I'm not saying, I'm just saying. But again, one game at a time. We got to get to 7-8 next week. That's the biggest game of the season. Right there, against Carolina at the crib. You don't take care of business there, you don't want to win a division. It's really simple. You beat Carolina next week, You win the division. That's the way I view it. Jose Martin, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Jose Martin writes, Logan Thomas, that's it. That's it. That's my super chat. Logan Thomas with a career day, 12 catches. Was it 12? 13 for $101. Look, 13 grabs for 100 yards. I must say, solid day, but yikes. You know, it was a lot of times where I'm like, hey, but that's what got Dwayne into a rhythm. Those underneath throws to Logan and Logan fighting after the catch, those underneath throws to JD and JD fighting after the catch, those got Dwayne confidence and into a rhythm. And if that's what you got to do to get into a rhythm, I'm all for it. Logan Thomas was super today. He was. Let's see. I think we got some more super chats. Yes, we do. So I'm going to take this next one here from my man Kevin the PRF. Thank you for the super chat, Kevin the PRF, who writes, I'm starting to warm up to Kerrigan spelling Sweat and having Sweat's fresh motor in the second half. I don't mind him spelling Sweat, but I just want my best players on the field. That's, excuse me, as much as possible. And guys need a breather and they need a blow on the sideline, and I get that. I just want my best guys on the field as much as I can get them on the field, period. But Sweat with another deflection, man. With another deflection and us making another play. Jimmy McGavin, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Jimmy McGavin writes, we really miss Cole Holcomb and KPL today. Did we ever? Especially Cole Holcomb. You know, KPL was playing a lot less lately, but even, you know, KPL is still better than, you know, what we put out there today. I mean, again, Jared Norris. I repeat, Jared Norris was on the field today. Thomas Davis was on the field a ton today due to injuries. That's a losing recipe, and we still only gave up 20. With that said, if that's not good coaching, if that's not finding a way, I don't know what is. Char Lewis, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Char Lewis writes, y'all can change your coach and your name, but it's still the same old HTTR mindset. The same reason why Haskins got benched is the same reason why he shouldn't have been the starter. A young QB gets the offense late in the season? Question mark. I don't know if it's necessarily a young QB getting it at the end of a season as much as, again, this is the thing that I had a problem with. I expected, and this was built into the early season struggles. This is what a lot of people fail to realize. And I said this before the season started. I can't speak for you guys. I expected a slow start to the season for Dwayne and offensive coordinator Scott Turner. There's no preseason, so there's no chance to iron out some of the wrinkles that you needed to do early in the season. That being said, Dwayne refused to move. That has nothing to do with the playbook. It has nothing to do with the play calling. Dwayne refused to use his legs. Remember what happened when Dwayne got benched? What was the first thing I was happy about when Kyle Allen came in? And y'all mocked me. Oh my God, Louie is happy because Kyle Allen is running. You're damn right I am. You're damn right I am. Because it changes things. When your quarterback is willing to use his legs to extend plays, you're damn right I was excited about Kyle Allen running for 5 yards. You're damn right. When I'm watching Dwayne stand in a pocket like a damn statue and take sacks and hits and put us in third and forevers because he refuses to run, you're damn right I was happy. That had nothing to do with play calling. Dwayne, run. Don't just stand there. Run. There's a hole. Run. Don't throw it away. Run. He wouldn't do it. Tonight, what did he do? Run. And did it make a difference? You damn right it did. So I don't want to hear about play calling, Dwayne getting the playbook or any of that stuff. Dwayne just needed to go out and play football. Now, we can sit here and talk about the inaccuracies and things of that nature. That might have been something we would have been talking about anyway. But we knew that was part of the Dwayne Haskins package. He was way more accurate today, by the way. But the biggest problem for me was the lack of mobility, the unwillingness to extend, to use his legs, to be a playmaker. That's what you call that in this league, being a playmaker. The reason why I said I'd take Mitchell Trubisky over Haskins and it got a lot of run from you guys is because Mitchell Trubisky will use his legs. They went to Minnesota and they won today. Why? Because Mitchell Trubisky used his legs. That's what you do in this league. You want to win games? You want to beat teams? You better be able to use your legs on 3rd and 4. You do that, you're going to give your team a chance. And yeah, Mitchell threw a back-breaking pick in the end zone. Up 3 with a chance to at least kick a field goal. I'm not oblivious to this. I watched that game. I know what Mitchell Trubisky is, okay? But he still gave his team a chance. And they won that game on the road. And the same thing with Dwayne. Use your legs and it changes things. He did that today. I don't think it has anything to do with play calling or him knowing the playbook even better. Of course he's going to know it better later in the season. That's not the problem I had with him earlier in the season. I didn't see playmaker Dwayne. I saw a guy that looked like he was trying to prove to everybody I can throw from the pocket. To hell with all of that shit. They give you a lane. You don't like what you see? Run. He did that today. Made a huge difference. Brendan McCloskey, thank you for doubling up. Double up. Thank you for doubling up, Brendan McCloskey. Greatly appreciate you. Writes, gotta love Sweat batting another ball for the interception. He should be considered for the Pro Bowl. Again, people aren't going to equate batted ball, pass defended is how it goes down in the stat sheet, with interceptions that are being made. If you're not watching Washington, they much rather go with the sack total. And so he's not going to make it to the Pro Bowl, but we know the value of a Montez Sweat. We know what he brings to the table and what he's done for this defense, and he's been tremendous this year. Thank you for doubling up, Brendan McCloskey. Let's see. J-Mart, thank you for the super chat. Double up. Thank you for doubling up, J-Mart. Greatly appreciate you. J-Mart writes, it's deja vu with Haskins. Please don't tease me. He did it last year. That's the same thing I'm saying. Like, bro, like, are we going through this thing again? Or, like, are we actually turning a corner? Or are you just trying to trick me? Are you trolling me right now? Like, what are we doing? What is this? Exactly. What are we doing right now? You did this to me last year. What are we doing right now? Talk to me. Give me some clarity here. What's this? What is this all about? I'm with you, J-Mart. Taqui L, thank you for the super chat and doubling up. Double up. Thank you for doubling up, Taqui L, who writes, thoughts on Mariota and Sammy Watkins. Mariota is still under contract even after this year. He'll have one more year in Vegas with the Raiders, so that's not an option for us right now. And as far as Samuel Watkins is concerned, this was a guy that after winning the Super Bowl talked about potentially sitting out a season. I don't know if I want a guy on my team. And, oh, by the way, he's injury prone as hell. Every year you can count on Sammy Watkins missing at minimum 3 games, more like 5 or 6. When he's healthy, he's dynamic. When he's not healthy, he can't help you. And so I'd like to stay away from a guy like Sammy Watkins. And, oh, by the way, Sammy Watkins is getting up there in age. I don't think he's, 32 or anything like that, but it wouldn't shock me if he's, 29 about to turn 30 or 30 about to turn 31. So, no, I'm good on Samuel Watkins. He's probably like 29 about to turn 30 or something like that. But, nah, I'm good. I'm good on that. Anyway, let's see. Got a super chat here from Mert1906. Mert writes, hey, Lou, Dwayne's first pick, right, cutting in front of Sims, sticking his hand up and tipping the pass when Cam would have caught it, probably was thrown to Cam. I think so. When I looked at it the second time, I'm like, yeah, that one might have been for Cam Sims. It was still high. It still was a wobbly duck, If he throws a tight spiral there, Isaiah Wright's not able to get his hands on it because it's going to get there before he gets there, but he throws a duck. And I think you're right. I think Isaiah Wright does cut in front of Cam Sims. I think that ball was intended for Sims. I can tell you this much. If Wright doesn't do what he did, it doesn't get picked off. If it goes to Cam Sims like it's supposed to, I'm not sure Cam's going to catch it, but it doesn't get picked off. I think you're right about that. But still, it's a pick. You made a decision that ultimately cost the team when you could have run it. He could have run it. Thank you for that super chat, Mert1906. Ishmael Benitez, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you, Ishmael, who writes, Haskins at times throwing the football too early and not allowing plays to develop but definitely showing some progression. Still feel Smith is the number one quarterback. I concur with that statement. I think when it's all said and done, if Alex is healthy, he's the guy you go with. He gives you the best chance to win. I think. I'm not sure about that. I feel more confident. This is the thing. I feel like I know what I'm getting out of Alex. You know? Like it's almost like you're dealing with the evil you know instead of the evil you don't know. Like I really don't know what I'm getting from Dwayne. Who knows he doesn't revert back to San Francisco or the first 4 weeks of the season next week if we play him against Carolina. Who's to say he goes out and does what he did today, minus the turnovers, of course. We don't know that. Whereas with Alex, I pretty much know what I'm getting out of Alex. You're going to get Cincinnati. You're going to get Dallas. You're going to get Pittsburgh. You kind of know what you're going to get out of Alex. You know, the aberration for Dallas or for Alex is the Detroit game, the second half against Detroit or the second half against the Giants. That's an aberration. That's not really who Alex is. You know, the aberration for Alex is the San Francisco first half. Like, that's not who Alex really is. Those are outlier games. One's at the total end of one spectrum, and the San Francisco game is at the opposite end of the spectrum. That's as good as it gets for Alex, and that's not who he is. That Giants second half and that Lions game, it's not who Alex is. That's at the positive end, all the way at the end of the spectrum where he almost throws for 400 yards. And then at the other end is bad Alex, and that's not who he really is, which is the San Francisco first half where he was just terrible. That Alex performance was unbearable. But that's not who he is. He's in the middle. He's the Cincinnati game. He's the Dallas game. He's the Pittsburgh game. That's the Alex that we've come to know and love. So that's who he is. And if you're going to get that, we can win with that. We've proven already this season we can win with that kind of Alex. Thank you for the super chat, Russell Keaton. Greatly appreciate you, Russell. Alonzo Yarbrough. Thank you for the super chat, Alonzo Yarbrough, who writes, Haskins needs to get a bit by a radioactive spider so he can gain some spider sense. He made some good runs, but his pocket presence is still poor. His pocket presence is definitely still lacking, I think. I think there are still times where he doesn't feel the rush quite enough or fast enough. Like that sack that I told you about that didn't need to be a sack. He could have gotten out of there. There was a hole to escape up the A-gap, and he just stood there a second too long, a tick too long. And by the time he realized, I need to get out of here, it's too late. He needed to tuck that thing and just run. And he would have gotten 5, 7, maybe even a first down, depending on how deep of a drop the Seattle Seahawks defenders had gotten on that play. He might have gotten a first down, but instead he waited until the pocket started to collapse and he tripped over someone's foot, and it ended up being a 5-yard sack. And then obviously on the fumble, that's a situation where that's quick pressure off the edge from, on David Sharp's side. That's quick pressure, man. I don't really want to blame Dwayne for that, but you got to step up. It's quick pressure, but you got to step up. Let's see. Got another super chat here from Russell Keaton. Thank you for the super chat and doubling up. Double up. Thank you for that, Russell Keaton, who writes, Logan Thomas would have been elite if he had caught that touchdown over the middle. I thought that was a great pass. It was too far. He wasn't going to catch that. I told Dwayne after that play, don't do that again. You're not there yet. Leave that for the Drew Breeses, the Tom Bradys, the Ben Roethlisbergers, the Phillip Rivers of the world. Leave that for the pros, the real professionals. You're not there yet, okay? Let's crawl before you can walk. That kind of throw is for the elites. You're not it. That's an easy way to throw a pick. One defender tips it, the other guy picks it off. Don't do that. I told him don't do that again. I like the idea, like that you're looking at that. You're not there yet. Rob U, thank you for tripling up. Greatly appreciate you. Rob U, who writes, thoughts on Chris Godwin here next year. He had a rough year this year. If Tampa's smart, they'll secure him, though. But he had a rough year with injuries, concussion, ankle, knee, all kinds of stuff. But he's a good football player. So, the wide receiver free agent veteran market is going to be loaded next year. We'll have plenty of targets and plenty of time to talk about it. But he's definitely someone that they're going to consider for sure. Lundo, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Lundo writes, what's up, man? Thoughts on Lamar Miller signing? Talked about that already ad nauseum on a number of shows. He won't see the field if we stay healthy at running back. We don't know what J.D. McKissic's situation is, why he left the game briefly. But if he's healthy, if Peyton Barber's healthy and Gibson comes back, you won't see Lamar Miller. He's an insurance policy. That's essentially why you signed him. If something were to happen to, let's say McKissic isn't ready to go next week, and neither is Antonio Gibson, you'd see Lamar Miller next week. You know, you'd get a steady diet of Lamar Miller and Peyton Barber next week. But if everybody's healthy, we got all three of our backs ready and ready to go, you won't see Lamar Miller. He's just an insurance policy at this point. Got another super chat. This one is from Chauncey Davis. Thank you for the super chat, Chauncey Davis, who writes, Cam Curl, Landon better come back to play. I'm going to tell you right now, man, Cameron Curl is legit. He had a tackle on Chris Carson where it seemed like on a day where everybody was running away from Chris Carson and didn't want to smoke in the secondary. He comes up and scoops his ass and dumps him. You know, it was a 9-yard gain now. I'm not sitting here acting like he got him at the line of scrimmage, but he scooped his ass up. And Chris Carson's a big 225, 230-pound back. He scooped his big ass up and rocked him. I said, okay. And then there was another play underneath where Cam Curl comes up and makes a sound tackle for like a 1-yard gain. Cam Curl is legit, man. He's the truth. Love me some Cam Curl. I really do. With that said, that's the final super chat. We've hit the hour mark. So I'm going to get out of here and glide to the side, allow you to enjoy the rest of your evening. I look forward to chopping it up with you tomorrow. We'll have an in-depth breakdown of this game, what went right, what went wrong, and how we ended up on the short side of a 20-15 defeat at the hands of the Seattle Seahawks. Gonna watch the Eagles game, see what the outcome is there. Gonna watch the Giants game, see what the outcome is there. But sitting here right now at 6-8, I feel damn good about where we are. I thought this was going to be a loss. We had a chance to win the game. That's all I could ask for. In the fourth quarter with a chance to win is all I was asking for with Dwayne Haskins in. We got more than we bargained for with Dwayne today. Even though there were some turnovers, he gave us a chance. Dustin Hopkins misses the extra point. Proved to be huge in the game. I like the fact that we had to go for a touchdown, but I would have loved to have had a chance to tie the game with a field goal. And with the way we were playing defensively and with the way Seattle was playing defensively, I think we might have had a chance if we would have been able to send the game to overtime. But who knows? You kick a field goal down there. And again, you guys are assuming that Dustin wasn't going to miss the other extra point or he wasn't going to miss the field goal to tie the game. If we had gotten it tied at 20, I think we would have been setting ourselves up for heartbreak. I think it would have been another Matthew Stafford situation where Russell Wilson would have took him down the field. They would have gotten a field goal attempt. They would have beat us 23-20. But that's nor here nor there. The bottom line is we were down 20-3. We scratched, we clawed, and we worked our way back into this game and had a shot, 1st and 10, from the Seattle Seahawks 30-yard line with over a minute and 30 seconds left or a minute and 15 seconds left and 2 timeouts with a chance to win the game. You got the good teams in this league find a way to win the game. We weren't able to do so, and we're now 6-8. Now we need help. You know, we still control our own outcome of the season, but not if the Giants win tonight. You know, Eagles are looking to do something on the road. We'll see what happens. I just know this. Next week's game becomes the biggest of the season, especially if the Eagles and or the Giants lose. Next week's game becomes the biggest of the season because if you beat Carolina next week, you get to 7 wins. You will have a great chance of putting this division on ice. You'll have a great chance. You'll eliminate, if the Eagles lose today and we win next week, the Eagles are eliminated. If we win next week, Dallas automatically eliminated. Right there, you've killed 2 birds, 1 stone. If the Eagles lose today. If the Giants lose this week and to Baltimore next week, and we win next week, division over, you got your division champs right here. So next week becomes the biggest game of the season. I can't stress that to you enough. Injuries are going to be huge. Got to see what the damage is coming out of this game. But if we could get Antonio Gibson back, if we could get Alex Smith back, if we could get Cole Holcomb back, we got a shot next week to lock this thing up. So that's going to do it for me. Your man, Louie T. I thank you guys for joining me. I look forward to chopping it up with you guys tomorrow, maybe tonight for some of you. But if not, look forward to chopping it up with you tomorrow on Washington Football Nightly. I'll be back, obviously, for overtime tonight of the Giants game. That's a big one. And I may put that in the MOBB and chop it up with you guys live because that is a big game. So, matter of fact, I'm going to do that. I'm going to put that in the MOBB. I'm going to make it a live event, and we're going to chop it up and watch that Giants game. So you're more than welcome to come join me, watch that Giants game tonight. That's a big one in the division. We're going to need it. So I'll see you guys for Sunday Night Football in the MOBB. Until then, you guys, have a good one. If you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button. Become a member of the LouieTeeNetwork. Also, hit that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. When I go live, you will know when I go live. And also, if you haven't already done so, hit the like button. 450 of you out there. Only 162 likes. Let's get it up to $170. Hell, while we're at it, let's get it up to 200. Why not? Okay? So enough of you out there. If you haven't hit the like button already, let's get that thing up to 200 on the way out at least. With that said, you guys enjoy the rest of the football. Big game, Eagles, Cardinals. I'm going to go watch that along with another big game, Chiefs and Saints. So until next time, you guys have a good one.